maybe. Yeah, something's going on his side for sure. Um, so here's some of the questions that came up. Um, for oh, okay, yeah, that's good. Um, yeah, well, maybe. Sorry, I got people talking to me in my ear here. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. Fortunate that we lost Steven. Um, hmm. Nope, he's gone again. Might be jumping over to the other side, maybe. I don't know. Sure. All right, we'll just leave it at that for now. I think we've might have lost Steven completely on that one. Maybe. We could give him the call in number, but that's a long distance number. You definitely don't want to be calling from the United States, New Zealand on that one. But I will tell you a little bit about the new caller line, which should be active later in the week. In fact, and we may do a broadcast on Friday night to where we're going to do completely open lines. Complete open lines. Anything that you want to talk about, if you can get through on the line, there's two different versions. There's a way that you can get through on our website, which is at theundergrounddaily.com. You can click on that. It'll take you on through to our system. You don't have to be on camera. You can just, it's pure audio. And you can talk about anything you want within reason. I mean, let's keep it reasonable here, for people, right? You can talk about anything you want. Complete open lines. I think it's going to be a great discussion, and I think we're going to be doing it at night. I know that Jill is going to be reined in on this, so we might have a couple other people that might be reined in as a three-way discussion, and then callers just calling in. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We're going to take some local calls. We're going to take some international calls as well, which would be fun. But yeah, we'll see exactly how far that goes. I'm kind of excited because of the fact that we like to arrange things so the people out there listening can engage in the guests or even engage with me for that matter. Um, and my email gets full fast. I mean, there's so much that gets sent into me that's kind of it's a little difficult sometimes to keep up with it. And there's other people working in the background for doing other things. So it's not like that I've got people feeding me stuff, but we do have some really great people that just joined the team that's going to be answering the phones for you guys whenever you call up. So yeah, it's going to be fun. No, really? You want to give it? Okay, I could give out the number now. Well, I'm not pulling anything in though. I'm not definitely no. No, not the way you guys left my cables. No way. No way am I gonna do that. Forget about that. I'm not even sure about what that button does. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this. They left my desk a mess. That is absolutely for sure. 100%. All right, let's take a look here. No, I think we may have lost Steven completely. I think that he was able to get his audio working for a moment there, but then it yeah, he lost it. So I don't know. I will read some of the email. For example, this says, "Dear Mr. Kelly, your insight on the societal issues are inspiring. Could you share practical steps that individuals and communities can take to help prevent and or identify child trafficking? Moreover, what resources are available for those who suspect trafficking in the area?" That comes from Alex out of Los Angeles. And I'd love to ask him. I really would. I would love to lay that down for him to pick up, but we may have lost him and while he gets his audios sorted on his side. So sorry about that. there are different organizations. I know a lot of people have gone to, law enforcement, and law enforcement for the most part, they don't. I don't want to say they have their hands tied, but in some respects they do, because some of the stuff is so covert and innocent looking, and proof is hard, but the signs are there. I mean, that was the case with P. Diddy, for example. I mean, he had enormous amount of lawyers behind him. So anyone that even suggested that he was doing some sort of, sex trafficking of girls, it was really hard to prove. But thankfully, we had individuals who got involved and were able to identify it and prove it. And a lot of people came forward as well. So that really helped. So, where it goes from there, maybe Stephen has more information, different ways or different individuals that you may be able to contact. I don't know. I'm going to pass on every single one of these questions to him, so he can either respond on his social media, and then we'll retweet it onto us. And if you haven't followed me, if you're not following me, well, what's wrong with you? Let me just ask you that right away, right off the bat. There are ways that you can, you can follow me on X. You can follow me on the Underground Media Network as the undergrounddaily.com. You can go to YouTube. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can do all this stuff. All this stuff is pretty new, really, when we put it together, but we love to have you. And I will be forwarding all this and all these questions and all these comments over to him, so he can reply in one way or the other, and we will have him back on. We'll sort it out. We'll have a part 2 or a retry of the broadcast. Dear Stephen Kelly, Stephen's work in exposing the dark truths is truly remarkable. Can he provide guidance on how one should approach the idea of satanic worship within communities with others to find ways to fight it? Sincerely, Megan. I don't know. I don't know. I wish I could answer those questions for you, but I can't. I'm telling you right now, I have no idea. He may. Here's another one. I recently heard intriguing discussion about proposed portals in the Getty. You probably heard it from him. Could you provide more information on this topic and significance behind the portals? Yeah, I'd like to know more about the portals myself, what that means. But again, we've lost them. We've lost Stephen for good, I think. It happens all the time. All right. Let's see what else I got here. Have you seen the headlines right now? I mean, I wanted to go to I was going to bring this up at the beginning of the hour, but this has gotten really weird because the FBI agents have recently carried out a search warrant on the Republican politician Andy Ogles and apparently over campaign finance mistakes. I find it really interesting that the FBI is going after all these individuals for campaign finance, but they're ignoring Act Blue. Act Blue which has been exposed by James O'Keefe's OMG Media, shows that there are individuals out there that have been donating to Act Blue, maybe $5-10 here and there, right? And then what Act Blue is doing is they're turning around and they're using their names to suddenly do hundreds upon thousands of dollars of donations under other people's names, usually the elderly that are subscribed to these Democrat Act Blue, NGO groups, and they don't even know about it. They're, you see the video of James O'Keefe going up there and talking to these elderly individuals, going, "Did you donate a total of $19,000 or whatever it was to Act Blue?" And they're going, "No, I do $5 or $10 whenever I can." They're living off of Medicare, and here's Act Blue, committing straight up campaign finance donation fraud. But will you see the FBI going after them? No, of course not. And of course you heard, let me just play this again because this was done during the break. I think it's one of our news segments. I think it's number 6 or 5 or 6. Listen to this. I mean, seriously, this says it all. Just listen to this news headline. Ready? Here it is.
Congressman David Joyce says the close call cannot be blamed on a shortage of resources.
They have the people. It's whether or not the people are properly trained.
Joyce telling the Salem Radio Network the lapses that occurred on July 13th were so glaring as to be hard to fathom.
And the idea that they would let somebody inside the perimeter like this or just defer to local law enforcement without having a walkthrough and knowing where everybody's at?
Congressman Joyce is part of the 13-member bipartisan House panel that will investigate the attempted assassination. Bob Agnew reporting.
So basically what he's highlighting is that there was such blatant failures in the assassination attempt of President Trump it's ridiculous to think that they could blame it on anything else other than an inside job. Seriously. Hey, I've got a message from okay, I'm gonna try Zoom real quick. No, okay, so let's do it again. June 1st, no reason not to have bandwidth. I have fiber. NSA probably freaking with me. Yeah, maybe you're right, Stephen. You could be right. You very well could be right. Stephen, if you're out there listening, you know what you can do. You can jump into the feed, and anyone on the YouTube feed can ask you questions if you want to try that. I don't know. It's completely up to you. If you're out there listening, I'll watch for you to see if you come in on the feed because you can join via the chat. So it's 1:46 now. We've got about 15 minutes left of the broadcast. So we'll see if Stephen comes in. So they're talking about the Trump campaign, the FBI, the Secret Service. They're all making these excuses, right? But here's the one that really gets me. Like really, really, really gets me. Here, listen to this. This was news file number 6 that we played today. This is talking about the media itself, and this is absolutely true. Here it is.
Dominich says Donald Trump's rude reception this week when he spoke to the National Association of Black Journalists is typical of what often happens when conservatives agree to be interviewed by liberal media platforms.
They treat them so terribly that they won't come back.
Which leaves the networks and their viewers with no representation
of the average conservative voter today.
Something Dominich says leaves viewers misinformed about the conservative views shared by roughly half the American people.
And that's something that is just unacceptable in this media environment.
Dominich was interviewed by the Salem Radio Network.
Yeah, no, he's absolutely right. Yeah, Salem Radio Network does really good stuff. But that's absolutely true. They do treat the individuals so badly. They don't give them any graces whatsoever on any level. Right. And then nobody who wants to go back to those hostile environments. Nobody wants to go back to those hostile environments. Not ever, not once, not a single person. I do like how Trump handled things whenever he was there. And I know a lot of people were freaking out about the water situation, which was absolutely comical to me, reaching over, taking the reporter's water. And I think that I don't know. A lot of people were saying that he tightened the lid so she couldn't get it off, which doesn't make sense. I think that he just didn't realize that he had a water there, and I think he was just claiming it for himself, which I would have done too if I didn't know it was there and someone was treating me like a dick. I would have done that. So why not? Right? Why not? Because, Trump, what people don't get about Trump is he punches back. If you punch at him, he punches back, right? Punches right back. He doesn't have a problem with that. And that's what you want. You want that fighting spirit, right? Someone is saying that okay. Someone's saying that they have inside knowledge of a traffic ring sex traffic ring being ran out of the government buildings in California. Well, I'm going off memory here, but I saw recently there's a Bronx prosecutor, and someone might be able to correct me on this one. Maybe you can email it to me or what have you. But a Bronx prosecutor I think he was a prosecutor, recently got caught trying to meet up with a 13-year-old boy, I think it was, for sex, and he got caught. And this guy was an actual prosecutor in the Bronx, and these guys held him down. They captured him. They held him. It was a complete setup, right? I don't know. Let's see if we can get the video for it. Check to see if we can get the video for it. So you got to wonder. So whenever you have individuals that are working inside the government that are involved in these, deviant behaviors, it makes sense that they would let their kind off the hook, wouldn't it? I mean, that's what they did with Epstein. They did that with Epstein for how long? For decades. And everyone's like, what's the point? Oh, well, Trump was involved with Epstein. He's the only one during the 2016 election. He actually called out Epstein and said that he's going to have lots of problems with that island that he's got out there. He's got lots of problems. Like, oh, well, Trump flew on the Epstein jet. He's got his own jet. What the hell does he need Epstein's jet for? Honestly, he doesn't need Epstein's jet. He's got his own. And I think he's a lot safer on his own jet than he would be on anybody else's. Trump knew what was going on. And Steven said, that Trump was involved in that type of mafia type thing. I think back in the day, I think that there may have been this good old boy club that people were kind of known for associating with particular individuals. And I think that's one of the reasons why they hate Trump so much right now, is because he's broken free from, all those people. He's just I don't want nothing to do with this. He ran for the guy. Who knows? I mean, come on. Who knows what happens in elite circles? I will tell you this. It's a great story. Trump actually had a flat tire on the side of the motorway one day, and this guy pulled over to help the tire get changed and everything. Helped, and he gave Trump asked him for his address. He gave him the address and said he was going to send some flowers. So he gave him the address so he could send flowers to the guy's wife. Turns out the guy got the flowers from his wife from Donald Trump, along with a note that said, we've also paid off your mortgage. He paid off the man's mortgage just because he pulled over and helped him change a tire. There's a long history of stories like this with Trump that goes back decades that the media suddenly forgets. I mean, Whoopi Goldberg used to say that they were good friends and would talk about his stories. Oprah Winfrey would, encourage him to run for president. He was involved in all that kind of thing where they were just like, you got to run. You'd be such a great president. And then he goes off and does it, but he does it against the establishment, and the establishment has a meltdown over it. And then they roll out the media propaganda machine to go after him. And then just, you know what I mean? It's like, it's so blatant. Anybody, and there are lots of individuals out there that have zero ability to track these events chronologically in their brain. They can't record it unless you write it down. There's a lot of people that do that. A lot of people that aren't visual, they don't remember this stuff. And this is what the left-wing media really preys on, is individuals' memories not to be all that great. And whenever it's not that great, well, then you can be easily manipulated. Well, good thing there's shows like mine and others that can remind you that it's not all as black and white as people like to lay it out to be. All right, we got about 5 minutes before the end of the show, and yeah, I don't think we're going to get Steven back in, which is unfortunate. So gutted. We've lost him. Yeah, we've lost him. Sorry about that, Steven. We'll have to try again. Maybe we'll have to pull you in and get your systems in line with our systems, because there's a different way we can do it, but there's probably more planning that needs to be involved. Oh, here we go. Yeah, no. What's he say? Nothing there. All right. Well, we'll try again. That's okay. We will try again. All right. So let's get to some housekeeping, shall we? Where are we going? What have we been doing? Well, we've got some new stuff coming up for you. Of course, the Underground Media Network is going to be kicking off here at the end of the month. You're going to get a good lineup, a good look at the lineup of shows that are be coming your way. The website will launch and everybody will be listed on there, and you're going to be able to get their times that they broadcast, what the show's going to be about, so on and so forth. It's looking good. It's looking really good, and we want to make it as friendly for everybody as possible. So when you're looking for informative shows and you're looking for informative topics, you can go to one space, one spot that gives you everything. That's what the Underground Media Network is all about. Most importantly, if you want to start your own show, let's say you've always been wanting to do it, you're very opinionated, you hang out in spaces, or you run a blog or a podcast or something, and you want to get a wider audience, you want to have it syndicated, you want to elevate it a little bit. That's also going to be for you. You're going to be able to bring that in to the network and have some resources at your disposal. That's the whole point of it. We want to make it easy for people to spread messages and engage with their community about topics that matter, and to try to do it without any spin. You know what I mean? No spin, no adjustments. I mean, at the end of the day, the people on the other side that are listening to things, it's up to you to decide kind of where your mind sits with particular subjects. Does it resonate with you? Does it not resonate with you? We have that all the time in regular media, but whenever you're being straight up lied to about things like the FBI just going, oh yeah, no, yeah, we can't get into the assassin's phone, or no, that guy punching that woman in the face in the Olympics. No, that's really a woman because she has internal testicles. You know, stuff like this, where it's like they just treat you like you're absolutely stupid. You know what I was going to say? Treat you like you're stupid when you're not stupid. I think we need individuals to guide us out of that those woods. I don't know. Let's see here, Jack. Entertaining show, full of technical issues and ups and downs, but still a great show. Thanks, Jamie. I greatly appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, hey, it makes for interesting times when you have technical issues, and it happens. And like we said in the beginning, maybe he is being targeted. You know, they don't like him, especially international. You know, there's a lot of people that will not do international interviews, even, you know, especially out of America. They won't do international interviews because of that very thing. They're like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it at the time. We actually are going to have Roger Stone on the program. And he's just like, I'm not doing overseas interviews at this time. So interesting. All right, where are we at here? Well, I think that's it. I think we're about done with the show tonight. We will reschedule. We will try it again. I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, we will have Steven back. Oh Lord, especially because of the fact that a lot of you out there have suggested to get him on to be a guest. We'll try it again. Steven says that it's probably the NSA messing with me. Probably. They got a history of doing that. Anyway, keep the emails coming. It's been grand and it has been fun. This is the Underground Daily. I'm your host, Captain Jack. And I love to hear from you, Jack at theundergrounddaily.com. We can laugh our lives away and be free once more. That's it, folks. Hasta la vista, sayonara, wanna bye. I'll see you next time. Huh? Ta-ta. No one came at all, 'cause they were too busy watching.